Welcome to For the District, the podcast for Jackson Madison County Schools. I'm Greg Hammond, Chief of Public Information for JMCSS, and this morning we are spotlighting the Tribe. That's right, Northside High School. We're going to look at their CTE programs, that's Career and Technical Education. These classes give students the opportunity to either step right into the workforce or to go the college route to gain additional training and skills in education before going into various industries. To help me in this conversation, I've invited Frank Bohanek, Associate Instructor for Automotive Technology at Northside High School, along with Danielle Shaw Jones, BioSTEM teacher at Northside. Miss Shaw Jones, let me pick on you for a minute. Are you still coaching volleyball? I guess I should have asked that before the interview. I didn't remember.
I am still coaching volleyball and now I have picked up cheerleading. So
You
yes.
you wear many hats
Yes.
there at Northside. So, Miss Shaw Jones, how many years have you been at Northside?
I have been at Northside for 17 years.
Awesome. And so, first of all, thank you. Having worked in the classroom and done just a little bit of coaching, and then working in the media, I don't think the general public realizes the time investments
Yes.
that teachers and coaches and club advisors put into investing in our children.
Yes.
So from the outset, let me say thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Bohanek, I guess you may be the rookie in this conversation. How long have you been at Northside?
This is my second year here, um, and I'm proud to be here. I'm really enjoying Northside and how the staff is and how everybody's backed me up with relaunching this program to a high standard.
Yes.
Mr. Bohanek, I know you've only been at Northside 2 years, but Dr. Brian Chandler has complimented you all, the both of you, over the last several weeks. So I wanted to make this a priority to visit with you this morning. So first off, before we get into the BioSTEM program and the Automotive Technology program, let's tell people a bit about yourselves. We'll start with Miss Danielle Shaw Jones. Miss Jones, tell us about yourself and how you got an education.
Um, First off, my name is Danielle Shaw Jones. My students know me as Miss Grant because I did get married this past summer. Um, I have been teaching, like I said, for 17 years at Northside, 18 years total. I got into education because of my family, mainly. My father was an educator in Jackson Madison County School Systems for ample amount of years. I didn't start off wanting to be an educator. I was a tutor for years, and then I ended up, because of some circumstances, ended up going into education. And at first, I did not want to do it because I was going into my father's footsteps, and it's hard. If anybody knows my dad, they knew it was hard to fill those footsteps, but it was something that I was very proud of, and I know he was proud that I went into that field as well.
Let me interject real quick. So was this Dan Shaw?
Yes,
Yeah,
Dr. Dan
yeah.
Shaw Jr.
A very, very familiar name for folks who grew up
Yes,
in Jackson and went to our
yes.
schools. And congratulations, Miss Grant.
Thank you.
Mr. Bohanek, kind of give us your story, how you got into education.
Um, I went right out of high school to Marine Mechanic School at AMI in Daytona Beach and loved the mechanical aspect of things. But the marine aspect is seasonal. So in the wintertime, you'd have to find something else to do. So I started working for Nissan and grew a path with them, even worked with them young when I was 14 years old and went through a ProCap program with them and went back to them and worked for Nissan for 30 years. Went from being an apprentice to a master mechanic to a lead operations officer for dealerships. Worked with engineering departments, created recalls, technical service bulletins. Worked with them 30 years and decided to retire with them. And I went into the teaching with TCAT, and they have set me up over here with Northside's dual enrollment program to run Northside, and it has been very rewarding to me. I really enjoy teaching the young kids the field that I have learned my whole life and giving back a little.
So for folks who may not be familiar with some of these educational abbreviations, the Tennessee College of Applied Technology. So Mr. Bohanek, I wonder what's the most rewarding aspect for you considering all of the training and knowledge that you bring to Northside?
Just seeing these kids grow and seeing them expand their education. This year, we went to TCAT and had a signing day, and I was proud to bring 5 students there to signing day, and they're going to excel over there. We have started this year was the first year that we are not waiting till the fall. We've integrated a program for them to go from Northside's dual enrollment program straight into the summer program. So they are not missing one day of education going into the summer program with their scholarships and their dual enrollment rollovers. So that is a great accomplishment. It keeps these kids busy. It gets them further in their education younger.
So we're visiting with Frank Bohanek, Instructor of Automotive Technology at Northside High School, along with TCAT Jackson, and Danielle Shaw Jones Grant, BioSTEM instructor, volleyball coach, cheerleading advisor, Miss Northside. But before we get into BioSTEM, Frank, while we're on this, paint a picture for folks. So, uh, what does this look like? So a student takes automotive technology. Let's just take these seniors, for example, who just signed with
Mhm.
TCAT Jackson. What does their trajectory look like in terms of additional training after high school and then job placement?
Uh, TCAT is an 18-month program that they will put them through training that we do with CDX. Here is our platform that we run, which is the same platform that TCAT runs. They will run through an extensive program with CDX over there. They will have an opportunity to have a job with the TCAT if they're eligible with doing their school studies. And we are at TCAT 100% job placement. So it's if they put the work in and they do it, they're going to be in the field.
And what does that look like in terms of changing someone's life?
It changed mine. I've done this my whole life, and I enjoy it. And these kids that these students that I put over there, they're inspired to do it. They have seen in this shop here at Northside the vehicles that we work on and what goes on up here, and they're very interested in it. It's some of these students would come in here on lunch break and stay with us. I mean, they wanted to be in here all the time, and they knew my door was wide open and welcome for them to do it. And we stayed after school at times and worked on projects on their own time. So they showed very high interest in what they were going to do. And we worked with TCAT to get this program developed for them to go straight into summer with their scholarships, which cost these students at Northside zero money to go to 18-month program at TCAT.
Yeah,
So we're very proud of that.
I don't know if you guys get this a lot, but maybe it's a social media thing. People like to say that schools need to get back to vocational training or career and
Mhm.
technical training. And I have to always say, we're doing that.
Yes,
We never left
yes.
off. And so, Frank Bohanek in the automotive technology class there at Northside High School is certainly doing that, along with you think about Southside High School and their automotive technology. Certainly don't want to leave them out of this conversation, but for now, spotlighting Northside. Danielle Shaw Jones Grant. Miss Jones, BioSTEM. I like to lump it in CTE. I don't know that it is technically career and technical. Can you spell that out for me? Is it a academic science class? Is it a career and technical class?
It's a career and technical course. What I teach my students is various topics. The thing about my program would be For instance, if they wanted to go into nursing, they can go into nursing, but they can do research nursing through BioSTEM. If they wanted to go into automotives or something like that, and they wanted to be the person that invents something to go into a automobile, they would come into my program. We're more of BioSTEM is more of a thing that helps develop other programs. They're like an emphasis that's put on there. My students are going into medicine, biometrics, they're going to agriculture, they're going to food services, they're going into trade. We do various things. I concentrate a lot on using equipment that's used in the medical hospital as well as what's used out in the real world. Like we have a program here where one of our agricultural program does drones. Well, I do a smaller version of that to help just with my students for research purposes. Um, we do we have an emphasis on certain things like robotics and coding and things like that, but my program is STEM related, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And the good thing about it is my students through my program have improved their math scores here at Northside as well. So I do just about everything.
Uh, Danielle, since you've been at Northside for many years, you might recognize the name Bruce Joy. I think he was a 2022 Northside graduate. This was a student, played football at Northside, recently graduated from Tennessee State University. He was recognized this past week by the Tennessee State University National Alumni Association here, the Jackson, Tennessee chapter. And so I know Bruce is a Northside kid, and now he's going to grad school and he's going to study agriculture. He was in the manners program at TSU. And so I thought you might appreciate that tidbit that I just learned
I love
a
that.
few days ago.
I
So,
mean, when you tell me stuff like that, I'm gonna reach out to him just so he can tell my kids like this
yeah,
is what you can do after you get out of high school in the career path. So that's good. Thank
we're
you.
we're visiting with Danielle Shaw Jones Grant, BioSTEM teacher at Northside High School, and Frank Bohanek. He's the automotive technology instructor for Northside High School and the Tennessee College of Applied Technology. It's time for us to take a quick time out. We're visiting with the tribe, spotlighting career and technical education at Northside High School. This is For the District, the podcast for Jackson Madison County Schools. You're listening on JJ 97.7 FM. Students and families are excited about the new Pope School because bigger space means bigger opportunities. Students from pre-K through 8th grade attend the new Pope School as it provides a state-of-the-art two-story campus for more than 1,200 students. Outfitted with 2 gymnasiums and a dedicated wing for the arts, the new Pope School ensures JMCSS is leading the way for K-12 education in West Tennessee. Welcome back to For the District. It's the podcast for Jackson Madison County Schools. I'm Greg Hammond, Chief of Public Information for JMCSS, and this morning we're visiting with the strongest tribe, Northside High School, spotlighting their career in technical education programs, specifically automotive technology and BioSTEM. To help us with this conversation, we're joined by Frank Bohanek, Associate Instructor for Automotive Technology at Northside High School and the Tennessee College of Applied Technology, along with Danielle Shaw Jones Grant, the BioSTEM teacher there at Northside. She's been at Northside for almost 2 decades, teaching a BioSTEM, also coaching volleyball, and the cheerleading sponsor. So we want to thank both of them for being with us. Mr. Bohanek, let's go to you for a moment.
Okay.
Frank, can you tell me some of the industry certifications students in the automotive technology class at Northside High School have the opportunity to earn?
Yeah, we go after the NC3 certifications, which is a National Coalition of Certification Center. It is an industry recognized certification of national skills standards. We offer 4 tiers at our school here. The first tier would be a first year student, second year, third year, fourth. This is the first time at Northside, a Tier 4 certification, 604 meter, has been done, and we've had 5 students that passed the exams for that this year.
And what does that exam specifically cover or allow the student to learn?
They're learning on the 604 meter, they're using multimeters. So they're learning all about voltage, voltage drops, ohms, uh, resistance, all the multimeter functions on a car. Um, the ones that are tier 1 through 3 are battery starting, and battery starting charging diagnostics. So they start getting into the computer on the tier 3, and then the tier 4 is a hardcore electronics test, and they're a challenging test for them. It
So
takes hours to do.
when you talk about voltage and things of this nature, am I correct in thinking if a student decides to leave the automotive industry and maybe go more into a manufacturing of mechatronics, those skills will correlate or help them there as well, correct?
Sure, they will. They will. Multimeter functions can do several things. They can go into electricians, plumbing. There's all different aspects that they could go into with understanding of multimeter functions. NC3 is sponsored by multiple industry top businesses, and they look for these certifications for hiring. This is something that goes on their resume for life. It does not go out of date. So when they graduate TCAT, this is just another 4 tiers that they can put on a resume for top industry companies that are backing these certifications for job placement.
Before we go back to Miss Danielle Shaw Jones Grant, Mr. Bohanek, what's the future look like for the automotive technology program at Northside? And I ask because I know at Southside High School, one of the things they take pride in is being ASC certified.
Mhm.
Southside is one of the only schools that has the auto body and auto technology ASC certified. But
Mhm.
there may be other standards out there that you're looking at. When you
Yeah.
think about the future for Northside High School and automotive technology, give us a preview.
Well, like I said, we are working on the NC3 platform. We're doing the CDX platform to get them ready for the college. We're getting them ready for TCAT. We're giving the handoff. So they at the college do the introductory ASEs. It's part of the TCAT program. So we are actually working on the school platform, NC3 CDX platform, to do the handoff. There are very challenging tests, very challenging curriculum.
Mhm.
These students are, it is put on a chart with dates on it, due dates. They're held accountable for their due dates. It forms them into an adult. It gets them ready for, what's coming in real life.
I think what's exciting after you laid out your bio for us and your resume, I mean, you know the industry, so you
Yeah.
know those items that will be, I guess, best for the students to learn and most valuable. So I think that's another great asset you bring to the program.
Yep. Yep. We've got some other plans implemented in here for the summertime. The state and TCAT I heard just the other day that they're going to approve the very new Y1234 HVAC recovery machine. So we are going to get standards up to get these kids with the 608 EPA certification next year for them being able to buy and handle Freon. This is something that doesn't expire. This would be for the R12, 134A, and 1234 Freon standards. I'm going to offer that next year for them. If you buy over 2 pounds of Freon, you have to have a license, an EPA license. So I want them to start learning on the latest and greatest equipment. We're going to get into some higher electronics in the HVAC series of the vehicles, and we're going to have the new improved equipment to be able to show them the latest and greatest.
So when you say that, I'm hearing opportunities for entrepreneurship.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you want to be, you sure will have an opportunity to do it.
let's check out BioSTEM. Welcoming back Miss Danielle Shaw Jones Grant. Uh, what does the future look like for BioSTEM at Northside High School? And I guess BioSTEM has been around. This is the fourth or fifth year.
This will be my fifth year.
Okay.
Well, fourth year. I'm sorry, fourth
Okay.
year. Yeah.
So, I kind of piggybacking on what we asked Mr. Bohanek, kind of take us through the certifications or the training a typical student in BioSTEM will be exposed to or have the opportunity to earn in your BioSTEM class.
Okay. Some of the training that we do is basic medical training, like the students earn a BLS. Everyone is required to earn a BLS, the OSHA certification. They have to do laboratory.
When you BLS OSHA, let people know
I'm
what that's
sorry.
about.
BLS is basic lifesaver, which is something that you get. It's past CPR. They'll be able to work into a hospital, and when they go in, it ends up being a higher certification for them. OSHA, which everyone should know, OSHA basically is the standard for safety in a workplace. Um, all my students in BioSTEM 1 have to earn their OSHA certificate for safety to get to the next level. My students have to earn science tools, safety and science tool identification, where they have to be able to identify every science tool that they'll be using, laboratory equipment that they'll be using, such things like an autoclave, which is the standard for sterilization. They have to learn aseptic technique, how to use pipettes, um, electrophoresis, DNA analysis, data analysis. They also have to do research, which is very, very, very important, a component. They have to do team building activities where they learn how to use Tuckman's level of team building, which is something that's been around for years, which is something like a soft skill that they'll use later on in life. Eventually, our hope is to get them certified enough so they can take the base exam, which is the biotech technology certification exam, so they'll be able to work in a laboratory setting.
And I guess what's important to let listeners know when you and Mr. Bohannon talk about these certifications,
Mhm.
what's not being said is there's money attached to that. So if I go
Yes.
apply for a job at West Tennessee Healthcare, and not only do I have CPR, but I have the basic life support certification,
Mhm.
I'm able now to ask for a higher wage than someone just coming in entry level. Am I right in saying that?
Yes,
Correct.
you're correct.
Mhm.
It's a step that they won't have to take with you. It gets you started quicker. It allows you to have a hands up over someone else that's applying for that same exact job. And I tell my students this all the time. My students also have to go through employability skills where they have to get a resume completed and they have to get certified. They understand about being employed. They get a certification in that as well.
And then, Miss Shaw Jones Grant, if you would, you've been on a speaking circuit a little
Yes.
bit.
Yes.
You've got now 4 years of BioSTEM under your belt. Kind of tell us where you've been and what you've been talking about.
Um, I've been doing this since I started with BioSTEM because I'm a big believer that I can't teach my students if I don't learn myself. And recently, my most recent thing that I'm very proud of is I was able to sit on a panel at the National Science Teachers Conference in Anaheim, California. I spoke with two other ladies about a program called Explorers Lab, which I am I was a Explorers Lab fellow, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It involved me and my students doing a research project on lithium ion batteries. And my students were able to go with me, and I was able to document my experience and tell the people that were at the engagement exactly how my students learn and what I learned from the program and things like that. But that's just one of my fellows, which I absolutely love that fellowship. I also was an AEOP, which is an Army Educational Opportunity Participant Fellow. And I really love that as well. I've been doing that for probably about 2 or 3 years, where I actually got to go and work with the Army Corps of Engineers for the last few summers. I went to California my first time, and I did research on AI for the whole summer. And then last year, I ended up going to Vicksburg, Mississippi, where I worked with someone on water conservation and water filtration systems, and I enjoyed myself thoroughly. I enjoyed myself thoroughly, but I've been doing quite a few fellowships, and I've been enjoying it the whole time.
How much fun is it to take this new learning
Mhm.
to some of your returning students?
It has been amazing. When I come back and I see their frustration, the funny part about it is I had the same frustration when I was out doing my fellowships. And the good thing about it is some of my former students who were not able to get to the point where I have the equipment I am now are coming back this summer to work with me on projects so they can learn how to work the equipment and work on other research projects with me. We have some big projects coming up pretty soon.
Yep. Uh, Let me ask the last couple of questions. I know I asked you about current projects, but briefly, what does the future look like for BioSTEM?
Oh, the future is humongous for BioSTEM. We're still working with Explorer Labs for the lithium ion battery safety. We have a fellowship, well, we have a program coming up, which a lot of the schools in Jackson have already participated with TVA, which is the Energy Right School Uplift program. We'll be participating in that this school year. My students are going to be the spearhead group for it. And we've actually got a buzz from some of our teachers about it. We're also working with a program with algae, where my students are going to be doing research with algae and its effects on photosynthesis and how we can use it to in our everyday lives.
Now, do I sense maybe some collaboration or convergence? Mr. Bohanek, having worked in marine automotive, I suspect you may have been around some algae on some boats
Yeah,
at
yeah, a
some
little
point.
bit.
So it's I have like my goal, and I'm sure Mr. Bohannon knows this, is I want us all to be able to get our students to the point of when they leave here, they can say I'm at Northside High School, and everybody knows, okay, then they're ready for the workforce. And I know he has the same exact dreams and aspirations. Our students are so lucky to have teachers that are able to push and know what it feels like to be in the workforce, what it feels like to have these certification and things, and proudly tell them, hey, I did this work or whatever. I know exactly how you feel, and this is how you need to adjust. So,
Danielle Shaw Jones Grant, BioSTEM teacher at Northside High School. Next year, you will be entering your 18th year, correct,
yes,
on campus?
yes.
Teaching BioSTEM, coaching volleyball, cheerleading sponsor. She is Miss Northside. We thank her. Frank Bohanek, he'll be entering his third year at Northside High School, but has already taken the automotive technology program there, leaps and bounds forward through not only his own context, but through work with TCAT Jackson. I want to thank both of these educators for their time this morning and for their efforts to move not only our students forward and Northside High School forward, but to move the district forward. So again, thank you for your work in our school system.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you missed the first half of this conversation, we want to invite you to our YouTube page so you can hear those comments. And as always, you can check us out at radio731.com. I'm Greg Hammond saying I hope you have an excellent Sunday, a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, guess what? We get to pick our clubs tomorrow at school. What should I pick?
What about picking 4-H?
That sounds like fun, but maybe I'll pick choir club or STEM club or nursing club or photography club.
You could say my kids are excited over all the options and opportunities offered by Jackson Madison County Schools. Our public schools offer more than 100 different clubs and activities for students.
Wait, I know. Ukulele club.
Oh boy, maybe let's stick to art or debate.
For options and opportunities, tuition free, choose Jackson Madison County Schools.